And now what we're gonna do is construct what I would like to call the leftovers. Just the leftovers, you know. Yep. It's a leftovers quesadilla, burrito, omelet, whatever you want to call it.
Now listen! That's called motherfucking bars! You know nothing about that!
You asked for it. Nobody even asked for it, but we're saying you asked for it. Breakfast quesadillas. Breakfast quesadillas. We're gonna put some water in our pan, just a little bit, right? Just a little, 2 cups of water. And now, because we're dumb, we put a little water in before we put our potatoes in, but that's fine because guess what? 2 cups of water. You want to just submerge your potatoes. And then here is trade secret. Distilled vinegar. And what you're going to do is as we bring this water over here to a boil, this is about a tablespoon. I'm going to show you the measurement and then I'm going to eyeball it. I'm going to eyeball it because I think it takes a little bit more than a tablespoon. It's also pretty much, honestly, like what is in your, how much water is in your thing, so how many potatoes, how many things are going on. But just a little bit of vinegar, you know, when you boil potatoes, they get soft. You know, you're making mashed potatoes towards the end. What that vinegar is gonna do is it's gonna keep the chemical compounds on the outside of the potato strong enough, just enough that they're gonna break down all the soft, subtle insides, but the outsides are going to stay just flim-flammy enough that once these are boiled for maybe about 8 minutes, we'll take them out, dump them out onto a tray, and put them into this hot pan, and they're going to be perfect. All we have to worry about is the outside, and they're going to be perfectly soft on the inside, crispy on the outside. Bam, bam, bam.
Do I get dealer's choice?
Yeah.
Oh.
You probably want one with a little flim-flammy on it. Yeah, because it's pretty crispy. So, yeah, because he likes his bacon, note it now, he likes his bacon a little bit chewier than this is.
I'm allowed to eat it?
Yeah.
It's already in your mouth. What do you mean?
You know.
My ash.
Hand in there. Yeah, come on now. We got lotion.
Hey, bro.
We got lotion.
It's the dry season.
So the potatoes are almost done. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna oil up to a nice warmness. What we're gonna do to kind of expedite the process was we boiled them for 10 minutes. Now they're kind of steaming out, and again, like I said, what it's gonna do is it's gonna have a nice fluffy inside. So the potatoes are technically cooked right now. So if you like soft, unseasoned potatoes, this is exactly where you'd be. This is your potatoes that would normally take 45 minutes to cook in the morning are now gonna take, if you boil them for the first 8 to 10, like we said, they're gonna now take 20 minutes because you boil them for 10 minutes. They're gonna take, as you'll see here very soon, once that pan gets hot, you'll see they'll take maybe 10 minutes tops to get a nice golden brown on both sides. You will season them, we'll get them nice flavored up, and you'll see it. You'll understand that breakfast potatoes, they're not a hard thing to do. They're not hard. If you're the type of person that wakes up at 6 a.m. to pee, don't go back to sleep. Don't. Wake up, make this breakfast for your significant other, and that'll be perfect. That's you. That's all you. You know, they will love it. I truly, truly believe it. This is just one little clove. Smash it. What we're really trying to do is get the garlic down to a small enough point that it all cooks the same amount. Most chefs will add their garlic right away. I don't, because I f*** it up every time, and it gets burnt and gross and nasty. So what I do is I add it once I feel that the potatoes have gotten to a point where they need it, right? Because what you don't want is burnt garlic. I'd rather have some undercooked garlic, let's say, than some overcooked garlic. And that's just the tea, sis. This was brought to you by Behringer Main and Vine. Last time they brought us the rosé. Chenin. Is how that's pronounced. But yeah, we're gonna bust this bad boy open. See what it's got for us. We're gonna first into our kitchen because we're not a terrible chef.
You're a sheep if you are scared to drink wine with an ice cube in it. Straight out of Compton, a crazy wine drinker with an ice cube.
They're at the mark where that might be too much, Dalton, and that's when you add the potatoes. Let it heat up for maybe about 30 seconds, so now it's like, wow, I've never felt that before. While it's getting some heat, we're gonna season it. A little salt, a little pepper, a little Cajun seasoning. Now, this is Kroger Cajun seasoning because Kroger likes to keep it 10 for 10, okay? We go cheap in this. We go in on the Cajun. Boys are back in town. It tastes great. The goal is to keep everything moisturized. Like, you gotta keep your garlic moisturized. Or we're gonna give them, 5-6 more minutes. We're not gonna get them super crisp because, again, they're gonna be cooked again. The major thing for these is flavor rather than crispiness. Super crispiness, because the super crispiness and the crunch is gonna come from, hopefully, the tortillas and the things that we make here in a second. That's kind of what you're looking for with seasoned potatoes. When people ask for seasoned potatoes, that's pretty much what they're looking for, more or less. Now that we got these to a perfect little, temperature and things like that, we're gonna let them go for maybe a minute. Now it's so nice, so fresh and so clean. What we're gonna do now is put a little butter in the pan and just get it warm enough so we can make some scrambled eggs. What I'm gonna do with the leftovers is I'm gonna make a leftover quesadilla with some leftover rotisserie chicken that I went ahead and just pulled apart from the bone. You know what? Shout out rotisserie chicken. That chicken, unlike all the other chickens, it got to run, it got to play, it got to be outside and be excited. Also, I have some leftover rice that I made from last night. What we're gonna do is we'll just throw some leftovers in and just kind of do a true avant-garde drunk chef quesadilla for if you're truly drunk. This is what's in your fridge. You have nothing else to throw together. You have some seasoned potatoes, some cheese, some chicken, some rice, some bacon, some all of that. That's what you got. That's what we're gonna do. Everybody's favorite, eggs in a bowl. Just destroying them, but making sure that I don't. We're gonna beat the ever-loving. We're gonna beat these eggs like they talked wrong to your kid at school, and even though your kid's 6 years old, this is what you'd like to do to the kid that talked wrong to your son or daughter. We're gonna beat these eggs like a redheaded stepchild. Yeah. Here's a fun tip when you're beating eggs. You kind of want to whisk it kind of like against the side of the thing, and it's okay to lose a little bit. You don't want to lose a lot like I did, but you kind of want to beat it against the side of your thing, because if not, you're not really doing anything. Not only are we incorporating, the eggs to the yolks and the yolks to the whites, but what we're also doing is incorporating air. I'm just going to take a little bit of butter, get it into our pan, get it all over so we can be ready for any egg-based dishes that we got going here. And then,
What the heck? You got any newspapers we can clip? I'm trying to steal some newspaper articles. That's the only thing I know that you can do with Silly Putty.
it's gonna go right on the taster tray, right on the daddy long legs, right on the Filipino flip passenger, whatever you want to call it. The back flip barrio. Yep, Yep, whatever you want to call it. So we're gonna put that in there. That bad boy's gonna get hot right where we need it to. I think this is gonna slap. I think this is gonna slap so hard. All we're gonna do is put that right in there. The potato back in there. What's that potato doing? I would say that in a drunk chef episode, that is respectfully burnt. Like, not to a point where you can't eat it, but just to a point where you're like, wish you would have flipped that about 2 minutes ago, but. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Listen to me. Get back in there. Let's get a good taste. This is cooled for a while. Yeah, go ahead.
Ooh, it's hot.
I'm gonna go middle. I'm gonna try to get the bacon up here, so keep that in mind. Potato, eggs. I'm gonna try to get like right in the middle when I bite it. I burn it a little too much. I can taste that. But beyond that, I think everything else tastes pretty good. Nash? Yep. You wanna taste another bite?
So, you know, there are a lot of positives and also a lot of negatives to Drunk Chef.
Wow.
The color here would be the negative. You tend to lose a little bit of attention.
Get some of those potatoes back in there.
A real chef would have taped it. Why did you get the falling potatoes?
I asked for the climbing ones, but they didn't have any.
Yeah, this one's worse than the first one because of the burnt.
Yep. But besides that,
It tastes just like the other one.
I'm gonna tell you right now, this is pretty good.
I think this one could actually see some legitimate varsity minutes off the bench. Oh, off the bench? I sound like the Drunk Chef now. This one can get some real playing time.
Better than the first one, yeah. You get everything's there, but the burnt is not emphasized.
He's looking at some solid minutes, probably like 15 minutes off the bench. He's gonna get you 6, maybe 8 points, couple rebounds, solid defense.
So if you enjoyed this episode of Drunk Chef and you want to see more, go ahead and like, subscribe, comment. Go ahead and just put your address, social security number, maybe your credit card number below. Suggest what next episodes to do for Drunk Chef, as well as any other things that you'd like to let us know. Like, subscribe, social security, credit card number, as well as date of birth. That would be perfect for us. So just let us know those 5 bits of information, and that would be absolutely perfect.